Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel Trading Secrets. This channel is for entertainment purposes only. For those of you who don't know, my name is Ali. I have over 20 years experience teaching accounting, economics, business and law. Through this channel I'll be providing some stock analysis and a quick update on the $1 Million Challenge. So if anybody's not aware of this is an investment of a journey of investment of $1,000 to a return of $1 million over a period of 3 years using a strategy called compound return investing. So the objective is try to get 201 trades, each with an average return of 3.5%. It's not 201 consecutive trades, we do take into account losses. So for further details about how to join us for less than $9 a month, information is available in the description below. In today's video, we're going to be looking at MMTLP and a new letter from Congress, and in particular from Pete Sessions and Ralph Norman, addressed to Gary Gensler and the SEC, requiring an update on the investigation in MMTLP. So stay tuned for details of that. We're also going to be looking at GME and a huge problem here identified for the option sellers who may not have enough shares. So before we get started, let's have a look at what's happening in the market. So first headline here from CNBC, we can see the S&P 500 rises to a record high as Nvidia soars and investors are looking for rate cuts. So overall a good day for the market. So let's have a look at what's happening in Nvidia, and for the first time in its history today it has passed $1,200 and currently at time of editing trading at $1,219.19. So in terms of the actual valuation now, we can see here from Kabisi letter, Nvidia has now officially hit $3 trillion in market cap for the first time, and this makes it the third public company in the US to hit $3 trillion. So great news there for Nvidia. And let's finish off here by having a look at news with regard to Gary Gensler. So shout out here to Quiver Quantitative, who've just stated Jim Cramer has asked the SEC chair if Congress could be investigated for insider trading. So we've reported dozens of suspicious trades in terms of Congress, including Nancy Pelosi and many others. However, we can also see here that the last congressman to be convicted of insider trading was pardoned in 2020. So looks like Gary Gensler is certainly implying that there is an equal playing field, but I certainly do not think so. Let's now have a look at details of the letter sent to Gary Gensler from Pete Sessions and from Ralph Norman. So what I posted earlier is tagging in and thanking Ralph Norman is first of all, thank you for the vital reminder to FINRA and the SEC that over 65,000 families have still not had any resolution for loss of savings, livelihoods and also the pension for no fault of their own. So Congress does have the power to ask for a hearing or also issue a subpoena. If there is nothing to hide, then why not release the true data showing what happened in the MMTLP fiasco, especially as it was a long time ago and we have now been waiting for almost 18 months. So in terms of the letter, let's now have a look at the letter. So this letter we can see here dated June the 5th, addressed to Gary Gensler at the SEC as the chair, and it's stating here from Ralph Norman and Pete Sessions, we're writing to follow up a previous letter signed by over 70 members of Congress requesting that the SEC review events surrounding MMTLP and the preferred shares of MMTLP. So in the summer of 2022, a reminder to Gary that the SEC received and subsequently approved the S1. So that is a huge statement. And why did they approve that S1? And they also looked at amendments to spin off a portion of the company, Metamaterials, into Nexbridge Hydrocarbon. So that's just to provide clarity for Gary, because I think Gary does have selective memory issues with regard to MMTLP and certainly does not seem to remember key facts. So hopefully that will be an important reminder for him. They've also stated here, since the whole constituent investors have contacted members of Congress with serious concerns about the spin-off and transaction and subsequent halt on trading. So to date, more than 40,000 letters from concerned constituents have been sent to Congress. I can now confirm that that figure is now in excess of 50,000 letters. We're going to have a look at details of that shortly. And they've also stated we received information, and I think this is the important part, from the SEC that they are investigating events related to MMTLP. So looks like a very long investigation, especially as there has not been news shared to Congress yet. So upon completion of the investigation, they require a briefing with the results of the investigation, and they have an obligation to the constituents to provide oversight and ensure that markets are functioning fairly and efficiently. So everybody who has reached out to Congress, it does look like it is having an impact. I think with this now being an election year, that should also have a creation of some more urgency in pursuing this matter. So it's certainly not time to give up. And they've also given Gary a date, and the date is please respond by June the 15th 2024 with confirmation of your commitment to brief the members of Congress and an estimated timeline for the completion of your investigation. So basically we're saying here they want a response by June the 15th, but they also want a timeline for the investigation in MMTLP. So we are in close to 18 months, but it looks like even after 18 months, it looks like potentially Gary is going to need more time to investigate what the hell has happened, and so far he's not been able to do this. So let's have a look at some reactions to the letter. So Pulte, who again was featured in the previous video, stated this is excellent, and obviously Peter said we need answers and not more delays, and also a response from Henry confirming information about the letters, and he stated again another victory for the collective efforts from everyone. They cited in the letter that 40,000 letters were sent, but the actual figure now is 53,680. So the voices are being heard, and there is another campaign. So it takes 150 seconds to send out the letter. Go ahead and do that. If you're not sure of how to do that, you can add a comment in the video below. So let's try to get to 100,000 and show them our resolve and join the movement. And finally, let's finish off by having a look at ticker symbol GME. So go ahead and check out the previous videos where we have covered the GME, including a huge short volume and also Roaring Kitty and his $100 million plus YOLO. So I'm going to start by giving a shout out here to Kevin Malone, who's posted information with regard to the key part of the video, and that is breaking news. According to the most recent GME 13F filings, all of the top call option sellers combined do not have enough shares to satisfy the Roaring Kitty 12 million shares currently in the money. So this could potentially be a huge problem for the top call option sellers. If they do not have enough shares, then I think we could have a significant amount of market uncertainty. So single word response from Pulte, who's just stated, oh. So let's now go ahead and have another response from Pulte, who's gone on to say, so when a short posts their positions and they make a ton of money, it's legal. But when a long, like a Roaring Kitty, posts his position, it's illegal. So again, very positive post, and also a significantly truthful and accurate post there from Pulte. And I would also potentially bring in members of Congress who also do a similar thing. But let's now have a look at the chart. So I'm going to start by the 5-day chart for GME, and we can see the significant spike there when it was trading below the $24 and it breached approximately $38, and I think we saw a very significant spike there once that news broke. Since then we can see it has consolidated. It was a little bit of a sell-off, but today at time of editing it is doing quite well. It's up in excess of 13.28%, and currently trading at $30.02. But what I'm going to show you now is a chart for the previous 3 months, and if you have a look at the chart, then certainly the indications here in terms of the trend lines and the moving average lines here, we can see that this chart certainly seems to be bullish. But again, I think currently a high risk, high reward stock, but certainly one that is potentially a good idea to also take profit. I'm going to finish off by sharing with you short volume data from FinTel. The latest data that we have, if we compare the 3rd of June 2024 with the 4th of June 2024. Look at the FINRA volume in terms of the red line highlighted. FINRA total volume, short volume, we can see here was just in excess of 31 million. Short volume, and total volume just in excess of 65 million. It has come down, but it is still quite significantly high. So short volume currently just in excess of 10.399 million, and total volume in excess of 23.62 million. So ticker symbol GME, we will be keeping an eye on this. So if you would like to get a copy of our daily stock alerts as well as the weekly watch list, and also join us in the challenge, details are in the description below. Thank you very much for watching. Please stay tuned.